Hello and welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm Indy and you're watching Indy's Nook. Here I like to show off my favorite hobbies, for example, crochet, sewing, maybe some knitting, maybe some painting, and maybe whatever I got in store. I'm just filming things that I love to do and love to share with other people. For some background, my name's Indy. I like to consider myself a creative to some extent. I'm a young 20-something girl, young lady. I just got my hair done and I really like it. Beautiful 360. And for today, I'm going to be showing you what I sewn this summer 2025. So without further ado, let's go. For some background for my sewing experience, like I said before, I have crocheted and knitted wearables for years prior, and I didn't start sewing until literally this summer. So that being said, I have like zero experience. This is my first time handling a sewing machine or like anything like that, and I got my fabric from Goodwill for cheap because, you know, I'm not gonna invest in expensive fabric if I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, that's the background I have so far. And to further elaborate on what I've been doing for the past 3 months, because summer is 3 months long, I created 3 outfits. One of them is actually a dress, one is a pantsuit, and this third one is actually a skirt and top set. That could look like a dress because they match, but you know, yeah, so I'm excited to share what I have to do. Mind you, I did not have any, I tried to follow the pattern, but I couldn't because I have struggled following patterns, and you know, there was a lot of creative liberty going on here, dealing with the limited resources, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my projects in order from oldest to youngest. They're all kind of like on the unrefined, incomplete. It's not incomplete because it achieved the look. However, it can be refined because there are some loose threads and there are definitely some areas of improvement. So for the first one, I have this beautiful drop waist dress. Now, first I want to say I love the pattern because it's a nice green. From afar, it looks just like a sage green dress, but if you come up close, there's like little leaves and whatnot, which I think is so pretty. And this was inspired, okay, this was supposed to be like a drop waist 1920s dress, but authentic to the 1920s, not like flapper, but what somebody would actually wear. But when I went on Pinterest, I actually found a 1950s drop waist inspiration that looked very close to what I was imagining, and she had a hairstyle just like I did. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to create that picture. Like, that's what I want to do. And I didn't have the pattern. I didn't buy it because I'm not spending $20 on a pattern. And I did find a pattern from Walmart for $3, but it didn't look like the dress that I wanted to, so I had to find some workarounds. That being said, I used the pattern to create the top part of the dress. As you can see, there's some like curvy parts right here that helps like contour the dress to your body, but not too much to where it feels like, you know, like a waist trainer. And yeah, I did that for the front, and then I don't know if I made a mistake. No, I think the pattern looked like that. There's a V in the back and a zipper that goes all the way down. I got a zipper that was too long for the pattern, but we worked around it. And it's sleeveless, high neckline, lower back. The zipper said invisible zipper, but it's clearly very much visible. I didn't know how to make it invisible. I still don't. You're gonna see that later on, but it's all okay. And then when I made the top, I made it a little shorter than it needs to be for drop waist because I'm a little on the taller side, and I don't know, maybe I didn't know how to read the pattern right and it was just a little short. But I made some adjustments by creating this panel right here to extend the length like 2 or 3 inches longer, so it's able to have that drop waist effect. Now, the problem with the bottom part is the dress that I had for the pattern there, it wasn't really the skirt that I wanted because it was more like of an H-line skirt, but the dress in the 1950s inspiration that was based on the 20s was actually like a full skirt, half skirt type situation. So I tried to use my geometry maths to make a half skirt, and that's where the skirt of the dress comes in. So it has like layers, little ruffles, pleats I think they're called. So it kind of has like a flowy feel to it, and I really like it. It gives 1920s, especially with this hairstyle. And you're gonna see that later on in the video, how they all look. You're probably gonna like this, because I do. Okay. For the second outfit, I have this 1970s inspired outfit. Some people say it's chic, some people don't get it. It's okay. I think it was inspired by the Vietnamese traditional wear, where they wear a tunic over long pants, because that's essentially what it is. So I have this drawstring top where it's as long as a tunic, but there's no connection to the front and the back. As you can see, it's like a panel, it's like an apron. And the only way to connect it is by tying it like this with the drawstring. Tie right there, 1 bow, 2 bow, 2 bow, 2B. Anyways, see, I didn't know how to make it more seamless, so when I sewn the string on, I sewn it like this. So yes, it is very much visible on the piece. However, I think it fits with it. I don't think it's much of a distraction and it takes away from what I made. And that was the top. So basically it's a drawstring tunic. And then the bottoms, which I like as well, is low-waisted, which is different from the 1970s because they love everything high-waisted. But this wasn't intentionally low-waisted either. I was following a pattern for the pants. And I really like them. They touch my ankles. They're really nice. And as you can see, they're also drawstring. I do not own elastics and I don't have a lot of zippers. So for this one, I was like, you know what? I'll just tie it at the waist. So imagine a low waist pants with a gap right here. Ooh, you can see a loose thread with a gap right here. And then I just tie it to fit my proportions. These would be so great if you're not wearing it in the set to wear them as beach pants because they're airy. They allow air to flow through. They're thin. And they fit just enough to make it look like a company-made beach pant. However, if you wanted to wear in other situations, I'm not sure if they would be the right pants because they are very thin. So anywhere where you would wear linen or be somewhere hot, I think that's the perfect pant. It will show sweat though because it is a lighter color, but that's okay. That's okay. And I did wear this outfit to a fashion event and I made the top the same day. So that top was made in like 3 hours. I'm talking from measurement to cutting to sewing. And I think it looks pretty good for 3 hours. So the pants were made over the course of a few days. I don't have the time, but I did follow a pattern and they actually weren't that hard. So yeah, that was the second fit. And last but not least, this is my favorite one out of all of the outfits I made. It's the least finished because there is some room for improvement, but I just love the fabric and the color and the shape and the cut and everything. I was like, oh, I struggled. So let me stop teasing you. This is what it is. Okay, let me take it off the hanger because can you even hang up halter tops? This is a halter top. It goes right here. You see this pattern? It's a beautiful seashell pattern. And I made it go straight down. I used this bar as a way for like a form of continuity in the pattern for the top and the skirt so they can line up and match. Ooh, spoiler. And so this is a halter top. It goes like this. The back is low, like low. There's some loose thread here going on, but that's okay. it's not as aligned in the back, but who really cares about the back anyways. And then I have a matching high-waisted skirt that's supposed to go with it. So it may look like a dress, but it's not. And this is a skirt. I do need to hem the top of it. I mean, I could just tuck it, but I think I want something more permanent, so I don't have to keep tucking it every time I put it on. But then again, I don't put it on often. So this is a skirt. As you can see, it's like A-line, H-line, A-line, a little in between. And look at that bottom. This is the perfect bottom. This, I think, was a bedsheet or a curtain. I'm not really sure. I think it was a bedsheet. Yeah. And look at that bottom pattern. That's like so gorgeous. I was like, nah, right, I gotta make this a skirt. And I did. See how it lines down in the bottom? The only crux, is that the right word? The only issue with this skirt is the zipper. I had this long, super long zipper because I didn't know better. And I couldn't even make it invisible. So even though it's blue to match the underwater theme, it's very striking and it stands out a lot. And one also thing that I want to note is that for that skirt, I also made it very form-fitting. So if I gain or lose weight, I don't know if I could fit it again, which is kind of sad, but I also have the fabric to make it wider if I need to. And for this one, I didn't mention it earlier, but I got some inspiration from, I forgot the company, but they have this skirt called the Kiara skirt. And I like the cut of it, really, that's why I liked it. And at first I thought it was a dress because she had a matching top to the skirt. But then when I went to look further into the website to see the dimensions of this skirt, I saw that they had a matching top. And I was like, oh, it's a top and a skirt, not a dress. And then that's when I was like, okay, I'll make the skirt and the top. That way you can mix and match it with whatever. But I don't think I will be doing that because they just look so good together. But yeah. And this one was inspired by like maybe 70s, but I was trying to go for like 2000s. Yeah, 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, halter neck, minimal, sleek, chic dress design, but with the underwater theme, which I think was really popular in the early 2000s. But yeah, that's my favorite one, and I think it looks really good if I could still fit into it, because I made that one like almost a month ago. But yeah, okay, now here's to the best part of the video, where I'm going to show you all of them on. Yes. Thanks for watching this far. Well, that's the end of my video. Thank you for staying so far to the end to watch my thought process and creation process of the 3 different pieces I made this summer, as well as what they look like when I have them on. And if you'd like to see more creative videos or videos about basically anything that I like, please continue watching the rest of my channel. But yeah, thank you for your time, and if you really like to see more, how about you give a like and a share and maybe subscribe. Yeah, all right, have a nice day. Goodbye. Thank you.